Welcome back to NEMO Fishing. Hey, it's the little spinner episode. Who doesn't like little spinners? And you know what I'm talking about. Beetle Spins and Rooster Tails and Mepps. Why? Well, they are readily available and they are relatively inexpensive. And most of us who got started on lure fishing started on those little spinners. They are fantastic little boogers, and I love fishing with them. They are great for catching multiple species. Crappie, panfish, bass will bite them. Especially rooster tails are absolutely lethal on trout, and sometimes even smallmouth bass in small streams. They will catch big fish and they will catch small fish. They're just fantastic. They're great when the bite slows down, so you need a smaller, less intimidating presentation, but maybe you want to keep the speed up. Go to a little spinner. You can't go wrong with a little spinner. If there's any time, if a person would come to me and say, hey, we got to go fishing right now, you got 5 minutes to grab your stuff, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to grab my rod and some little spinners. They are just good stuff. They're great when the bite slows down. Like I said, they imitate natural food. Because of that flash, they imitate bait fish in the water. One of my favorite tactics is in small streams and rivers to cast small spinners diagonally upstream and then work it back downstream, kind of diagonally across the current. That way, fish, as they are sitting in the current behind rocks, facing the current, they will see it coming diagonally across the strike zone and downstream like a normal fish would, and it is too irresistible for most fish. And so I love those little spinners. One of the best things about little spinners is simply that they are easy to use. It's pretty hard to mess up casting and reeling a little spinner. It's hard not to fish it right. And for that reason, it's good to teach kids to fish using little spinners. And they can cast it and retrieve. They're working on their casting, and they can learn the nuances of working a bait up and down, or faster or slower in the water column. They can feel a little bit of a thump on the end of the line so that they know they can start feeling the lure. So it's great for teaching kids how to fish. So what are my absolute favorites of these little spinners? Well, I like the Johnson, the little Beetle Spin, various colors and sizes, and the Crappie Buster Spinner Grubs, fantastic for panfish and crappie. I also like the Mepps of various sizes. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're a high quality lure, and they are lethal against smallmouth, especially in small streams. And I also like the Rooster Tails, particularly if I'm targeting trout because they are effective against trout. They're a little less expensive. So those are my 3 favorite kinds, all different kinds of colors, shapes, and they're great also for panfish, bluegill, or crappie, like I said, sunfish. If you want to just grab your rod and go down to the creek and do a little fishing, grab a handful of those little spinners. Now, you do need to know you'll need light line and light tackle. You can't cast little bitty lures on big tackle and big line. You'll make shorter casts, although not incredibly shorter casts, with the lighter lures. And it's always good to take needle nose pliers with you in case they get stuck in there. So, hey, tell you what, you can't go wrong with little spinners.